Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Darius Garland. Mobley.
Rejected by Mobley.
Oh, Jared Allen rejected the throw.
So we 15-1. We lost to Boston. It's all good. Caris LeVert ain't play. Dean Wade ain't play. Isaac Okoro ain't play. Yeah, they missing Porzingis. Who cares? Cavs is 15-1. We still the hottest team in the league. Shout out to Craig Porter Jr. balling off the bench. Minivan balled. Ty Jerome balled. Darius got on the shot 3 for 21. We should have been blown out 20-30 easily. Again, the Cavs is 15-1. We still the hottest team in the league. And y'all gotta definitely get hip to all their players.
The Cleveland Cavaliers are the hottest team in the NBA right now. It's the best start to any Cavs season. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen could all be All-Stars this year. But other than the 4 possible All-Stars on the Cavaliers, do you know any of the other players? Yeah, the stars deserve a lot of credit. However, this Cleveland team is exactly that, a team. The Cavs don't go undefeated nor continue the amazing start without contributions from these guys. Let's start with the possible 6th man of the year. Caris LeVert. Caris played 4 years at the University of Michigan. He was drafted 20th overall in the 2016 NBA draft by the Indiana Pacers, but was immediately traded to the Brooklyn Nets. LeVert played his first few seasons in Brooklyn, where ironically he was coached by the Cavs' new coach, Kenny Atkinson. He also played alongside Cavs' big man, possible All-Star Jared Allen. LeVert even had a 51-point game versus Boston in 2020 for the Nets.
Caris LeVert has it stuck on automatic.
But it hasn't been easy for Caris, going through multiple injuries throughout his career. In 2021, LeVert was traded to the Indiana Pacers as part of the James Harden deal that sent the Beard to Brooklyn. But then he had to have surgery for kidney cancer that was found during the routine physical.
He had a routine physical when he got to Indy, which revealed a mass on his kidney. The cancerous mass was successfully removed earlier this week. LeVert remaining out indefinitely, but he is expected, they say, to
Caris
make a
LeVert
full
has it
recovery.
stuck on automatic.
That's great to hear.
In 2022, LeVert was traded to Cleveland and has since been solid for the Cavaliers. Caris LeVert is an instant microwave off the bench. You need a bucket, he can get it. You need someone to run point and initiate the offense, he could do it. Caris does it all for the Cavs and is one of the reasons for the Cavs' hot start. What about this guy? 6'9" forward who played at Kansas State, Dean Wade. Dean went undrafted in the 2019 NBA draft, but he later signed with the Cavaliers and established himself as a reliable role player who could space the floor with his three-point shooting. He has the ability to switch defensively and guard multiple positions. Dean Wade gets no love around the league. However, on this Cavs team, he's a very vital piece.
Dean Wade, that's what he does, man. He is a backbreaker.
Then we got this guy, who some people call a minivan. Georges Niang played college ball at Iowa State. He was really the man for Iowa State all 4 years. But Niang also went undrafted. However, he was invited to be on the Indiana Pacers Summer League team and eventually signed a 2-way contract with the Pacers. Niang has since then played for the Utah Jazz, the Philadelphia 76ers, and now the Cavaliers. Niang is a 6'7" forward who can space the floor with his three-point shooting and also be able to switch and defend multiple positions. Some might think as the minivan as somewhat the Cavs enforcer. Things always seem to get chippy with the minivan.
Little chippiness right here.
And for some reason, he does not like Ben Simmons.
The Ben Simmons thing. He was walking around the facility, you know, like, you'd be like, "What's up, man?" And that's when I was like, fuck this dude.
Then we got Isaac Okoro. Isaac is a 6'5" forward who was one and done at the University of Auburn. Okoro was drafted by the Cavs with the 5th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft. Okoro has always been more of a defender than a scorer coming out of college, and nothing has really changed since entering the NBA. He's tasked with guarding the opponent's best players night after night. Yeah, Isaac hasn't made any NBA defensive teams, but he is definitely an underrated defender who could still hit a wide open tray ball. And if you haven't noticed, all of these Cavaliers can shoot from 3. But the Cavaliers' most lethal weapon from 3 has to be Sam Merrill. Sam's NBA journey is crazy. Sam played 4 years at Utah State. He was actually the last pick in the 2020 NBA draft by the New Orleans Pelicans, pick number 60. Merrill was then traded to the Milwaukee Bucks and became an NBA champion the same day as the Greek Freak. That makes Sam the only NBA champion on the Cavs roster besides Cavs OG Tristan Thompson Thompson, who we'll get to TT later on. But Sam was then traded to Memphis. He was then waived by Memphis and signed by Sacramento, but was waived days prior to the season starting. Sam entered the G League draft and was the #1 pick by the Cleveland Charge. He later signed a 10-day contract with the Cavaliers and has since signed a multi-year contract with the Cavs. Sam is a three-point specialist. Merrill broke the Cavs franchise record for the most three-pointers in a season off the bench with 129 threes. Then we got Jerome, who might be playing like the best backup point guard in the league right now. Jerome played college ball at the University of Virginia. He was actually on the #1 seeded Virginia team that lost to a number 16 seed in the NCAA tournament in 2018. The first #1 seed to actually lose to a number 16 seed in the NCAA tournament. However, the very next year, Ty led the Virginia Cavaliers back to the tourney again as the #1 seed, but this time winning it all against Texas Tech. Ty was picked number 24 in the 2019 NBA draft by Philly, but was immediately traded to the Celtics, then eventually traded again that night to the Phoenix Suns. Jerome bounced back and forth between Phoenix and the G League. He was then traded to the Rockets, but then was waived. Jerome ended up signing with the Golden State Warriors.
Jerome floats it in and draws a foul.
Ty ended up securing a 2-year contract with the Cavaliers last year, but suffered a season-ending ankle injury 2 games into the season. Jerome, fully healthy right now, is playing like the best backup point guard in the league, no lie. He can score, he can assist, he could defend, he could initiate the offense as if he was a starter. Jerome has definitely claimed his role as the backup point guard for the Cavs this year. Then we got Craig Porter Jr. Porter Jr. was actually the backup point guard for the Cavs last season during his rookie year. Porter Jr. really hasn't played much this season, but that's much due to Ty taking over that backup point guard spot. I can see Porter Jr. this year go back and forth between the G League. Same goes for other Cavs players on the roster such as Luke Travers, Jalen Tyson, and JT Thor. What about Emoni Bates? Well, Emoni spent most of his rookie year in the G League, where he averaged 20 a game for the Cleveland Charge. However, he's coming off a surgery for his meniscus, so he hasn't been able to play yet this year. My guess is they'll start him slow in the G League, but will hopefully bring him up and give him a chance to come off the bench for the Cavs this season. There's just so much potential when it comes to Emoni. Again, the Cavaliers are off to the hottest start in franchise history, 15-0, which is crazy considering that they've been without a key starter in the lineup this year. Mr. Reliable, Max Strus. Last year, Max was the Cavs do-it-all player. Whatever you needed Max to do, defend, rebound, he was good for the Cavs last year. Max is more of a catch-and-shoot player who could space the floor with his three-point shooting, but could also defend. Strus, like many other Cavaliers, went undrafted, but was signed by the Miami Heat in 2020 and played a significant role on those Heat playoff teams that made it all the way to the NBA Finals. He was traded last year to the Cavs, and like I said, he's been Mr. Do-It-All for the Cavaliers. He's currently out for the first 6 weeks of the season due to an ankle injury. Then lastly, we have the Cavs OG, the only other champion on this roster besides Sam Merrill, veteran Tristan Thompson. Yes, TT is still cashing them checks.
For a long time. 227.
TT is a backup big off the bench, but he's more of an OG veteran on this Cavs roster. But there you go, folks. Y'all know who Donovan Mitchell is. Y'all know who Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen are. Now you know who the other Cavaliers that complete this undefeated Cleveland Cavaliers team. This team is balling and overall just fun to watch. But how long can they stay undefeated? Do you think they could break the Warriors' 24-0 start?
I know we ain't gonna break the Warriors record, but we 15-1. Can we go ahead and win the next 15 in a row again? I don't know.
But what I do know is you should hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Come on, man, go ahead, hit that subscribe button.
I'm 100% in on the Cavs being real. I don't think there's any fluky at all. From the first, second, third game, you could see it. There's like a charitableness now with Mitchell and Garland.
Yeah.
I don't think Mitchell cares if he doesn't have the ball in the last minute anymore. I felt like he did last year, and I think Garland did a little bit too. I just feel like they've sorted out something.
It's crazy how these things flip because
there was all this smoke around Donovan Mitchell for years that he was not long for Cleveland.
Yeah.
He ends up doing his extension. Shams puts out that report that Garland's representation might seek
I
a
forgot
trade
about that. Yeah.
if Mitchell's still on the team because he feels like he's not being optimized. They bring in Kenny Atkinson and man, everything sort of flips and everybody has this level of buy-in. It's just so crazy how things can turn on a dime in this league. They've bought in
this.
and they look so much better for it.